Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Natasha Jenkins, and these are the words of my testimony. All right, let's get started. First, let's get the preliminaries out of the way. I want to thank each and every one of you who joined me on last week. I know it was a surprise. I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this, but I wanted to make sure that I committed to myself. That's what my entire year is about. If you've seen me put on my hashtags, the year of Natasha, this year my focus is on me. So not just on me, but on the action and my commitment for myself. So I'm just doing it. I'm just moving on the passion that I have towards certain things. So I'm very thankful and appreciative for all of your comments, all of your feedback, and just for traveling along with me on this journey. With that said, let's get to this week's topic. So I've been experiencing, as you know, this is about my journey. This week we want to talk about my journey with a portion of trauma, the trauma that I've had with my body image and with my outward appearance as far as my clothes are concerned. So I'm going to go back and let you know where it came from, and then we'll go all the way to the present period. I like to give as much detail as I possibly can just to paint a whole picture for you. So as early as I can remember, I'd say I was thinking back maybe about the last 2 weeks that the first time I could recall that someone looked at me in a way that was inappropriate. I didn't really know the level or the magnitude that it was, but I knew something was different. That earliest age for me was about 10 or 11 years old. I remember being at my neighbor's house, and my parents lived in an apartment at that time, and I was playing with the neighbor's daughter, who was a friend of mine. And we were running back and forth in the apartment, and all of a sudden a relative of mine appeared in this apartment, and he started chasing us. He was chasing us in a way that made both of us feel uncomfortable. And during that time, I can remember it, I was dressing like Madonna, the song Over the Borderline. That was my jam at that time. So we wore the layered ruffled skirts, the socks, the lace socks, the belts wrap around your waist a few times, and the wild bangs. It just felt good to be a girl. And I was being chased by a male relative. So it was about 10 or 11. I really didn't know all of the details or the reason why, but I knew that there was a reason. And as time progressed, when I became a preteen and I started to have a desire to express myself more with my clothes, I was very much into fashion. I loved to shop. Definitely get that from my mom and my grandmother, my whole family. They all loved to shop and dress. And we were church people, so you gotta look good for God, right? So I wanted to shop all the time. So there was one particular blouse that I remember that I went to purchase. Probably purchased it with some friends, and I was very excited to wear this to school. I'm sure I was about in junior high, perhaps the 8th grade. And this blouse, I had my shoulders out. You guys remember the shirts, the polka dot with the sheer, one side sheer, or the pocket was sheer with the polka dots. So I had the shoulders cut out, and I remember being told, hey, this shirt is inappropriate. You can't wear this shirt. And I pushed back. I started pushing back around about that time as a teenager, and I didn't understand it. So I asked, I was curious, what is it about my shoulders that's the problem? I thought that perhaps, if you expose a body part that is more sexual, perhaps your breast or your behind is hanging out. But no, it was the shoulders. And, you know, I asked, if someone is bothered by my shoulders, you know, is that my fault? And the blouse got taken from me, and it was like, nope, can't wear this. You're going to wear this instead. So what I was presented with was this big sweater. I remember it came from Kmart, and it was like pearls on it. I think it was like either owls or hummingbird on there, but it was pearls all over it. It was completely covered, and I thought, this is like, I don't know. I was about 13, and I felt like I was 60. There was nothing I could do. I really didn't know how to properly express myself without being disrespectful or being viewed as disrespectful. But at the same time, once again, I recognize that it's the outward appearance and the way that people were viewing me, that it was my problem and my fault. So then let's go forward. Body starts to develop, Body starts to develop. Body starts to develop. And, you know, by this time I'm an adult. I'm about 18. And as an adult, I'm like, okay, it's my time. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm an adult. I start pushing the envelope. I start wearing my short shorts even more. Short shorts, so short, say that tongue twister, to where the pockets are hanging out. You can see the pockets, much like they're wearing today. So I'm wearing these, and I'm wearing the halter tops, and I'm not wearing no brassiere. You know, I'm just going free out there, and I'm attending family functions, and I could tell that the way I was presenting myself on the outside was agitating people. But at this point, I just wanted to ruffle feathers. I wanted to stir the pot, because I didn't understand still why what I had on, even though my intentions weren't in a sexual manner, why did it appear like this was more of a problem than the way people looked at me? I didn't understand that. So I'm continuing on. It goes on into church. I have several experiences where I'm in church. I clearly felt like I needed to wear a robe. There were times where I said, forget it, I'm going to wear, hey, this looks nice, I want to wear this to church. But no, wrap it up, cover it up, throw something over it, because this is inappropriate. And it bothered me. It bothered me greatly. It bothered me to a point where I figured that if I gain weight, if I put on weight, that the men and the women would be comfortable. The women will be comfortable, because whatever they thought their husband or their spouses wanted from me wouldn't be me, would be somebody else. So I'm going to put on weight, and I'm going to eat, and Lord help me get through this without crying, because this has been a struggle for me for so long. I'm 45. I told you this started at about 10 for me. So here we are. I get married at 29. And I get pregnant with my daughter. I think I got married at 30. Got pregnant with my daughter, have her at 30. And I prayed. I had my boys before I got married, and I'm moving quickly, like a preacher would say. I had my boys out of wedlock, Now imagine being viewed as promiscuous because of what you wear. Imagine being viewed as one that can be trusted around people's spouses because of the way they view you. Then you have a child. Then you have 2 children. And then hearing the words and the things people say about you, and the chatter all around you from people that you love, from people that you admire, from people that you respect. But to hear the way they view you, when you know your intentions are not the way that they are communicating towards you and about you and all around you. I couldn't understand how having 2 children meant that I was sleeping with the entire city. I couldn't grasp how this happened. So I get it now. It is me. I'm the problem. But here we are. I have 2 children, 2 boys. I get married because I say, this is the way. This is the way out for me. To change the way people see me. To finally be right with the people that I love, the church. So I get married. I desire to have a daughter because if you have a lot of boys or a lot of girls, you want to dress your child up differently. And I say, I can't wait to do my daughter's hair and put pink on her and put her in dresses and things like that. And so here we are, I have my child, and the struggle for me with having a daughter became watching her evolve into a young lady and giving her guidance and room to grow, to express herself with her clothes without those type of pressures, without that burden that she had to be responsible for others' perversions and struggles. That was a struggle for me. So my daughter is a strong person. She's confident. She's beautiful. She's talented. And she looks good, right? And I say, why would I want to cover her up? So I'm what people would consider more of a modest dresser. Here I am. My first husband is now, or my late spouse, excuse me, is deceased. And I am happily married to a wonderful person who I have a desire to express myself, to, look sexy for. My son is in the room, and I'm sure he's probably like, no, don't do it. But who I desire to look sexy for. Even my kids tell me, Mom, you should pick this out. You don't have to, wear these leggings and a t-shirt. You need to look nice, right? Put on something more revealing. You got a shape, you look good. And those type of struggles is something that I'm still processing. And as it comes to the surface, I find myself continuing to pull off layers. I went shopping with my daughter yesterday because she's in color guard, and they have to wear little shorts and sports bras and little tank tops. And so now when she buys her half top and I see her and she's looking good and got the tank top on and she tucks her little tank tops, my son say, Mom, do you see what she got on? And I say, yeah, I do. I'm here to tell you, I recognize that I got the victory over an area in my life. I recognize that I'm no longer cringing at the thought of my child looking her best. I know that seems small for you, but right now, I'm going to ask you to put your hands together for me. Issa Celebrate. I'm happy because you don't even understand the amount of struggle sometimes, the amount of pressure that we put on ourselves to be perfect for outside people. But listen, you got to know your own heart. This is when I'm spending the most time with my children, letting them know your own intentions. Recognize it and trust it. Allow your own heart to lead and guide. Don't allow the outside influence and other people's inner struggles overpower your own intentions, your own views of yourself. Recognizing that you are beautiful, that you are amazing. And at the outside, people just simply got to get it together. This is what I'm understanding. So I'm here to encourage you to take the pressure off of yourself. It's okay. One day at a time. One day you guys may look on here and I may take this segment in a whole bikini. I may. Who knows? But you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting there. One step at a time. One step at a time. Sometimes we look to leap first. But you may not be able to leap. You may have to become stronger with each step. I've been working out, and before I started back working out, I haven't been able to run in some years. So I've gotten out of stride. So I felt a little sad because I'll go from running miles to not even be able to walk a half a mile. But last week I was able to run. Maybe a slower pace, but I'm running. Don't quit on yourself. You're worth every stride. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to end right there for another piece of my journey. I appreciate you all. And since you're coming along with me, I consider you my friends. And my friends always refer to me as Just Tosh. Have a good day. Bye.